Hello, Rama Pupodu. Hope all are in good health, feeling great, wonderful, having a happy and peaceful life. Now let's go to the next devotee. His name is Kunjuswamy. The Mukanta Upanishad says the Atman self reveals itself to those the Atman chooses. Whenever I meet a devotee, either in Ramana Ashramam or outside, I always ask, how did you come to spiritual life? What made you turn to this? The sole purpose behind the question is to make them aware that they have been called, even if this became a physical reality through the chance of reading a book or suggestions from a friend. The truth is, these things happen because we have been called. One important purpose of studying the lives of sages and saints and the early devotees of Bhagavan is to examine how each one of them had a turning point. Kunjuswamy was one such remarkable saint. Kunju means baby in Malayalam, and he was so precious to his parents that they named him Kunju. He was chosen by the Self just as the Self has chosen each one of us. Do not exclude yourself, because if this was not true, you would not be reading this. Kunjuswamy resided in joy, cheerfulness, friendliness, happiness. In fact, no one has seen him in any other state. Any devotee who met Kunjuswamy could never forget him. Much of the knowledge I have about old devotees, particularly those I could not meet, was given to me by Kunjuswamy. Often I had the honor of receiving his kind hospitality. Swami, whenever I go abroad to give talks, you are the one who feeds me, I would say gratefully. He used to enjoy saying, yes, all this information I give you is Vishaya Dana. In Sanskrit, Vishaya Dana means giving information and also giving food. He was utterly devoted to Bhagavan right from when he came to him at the age of 19 until his last days in Ramana Ashramam, where he passed away at the ripe young age of 96. He was born in a lower caste family. According to the then existing caste system in India, people from lower castes were ostracized from society. At birth, when Kunjuswamy horoscope was cast, the astrologer predicted that this child was divine and advised that special care be given to him. The parents paid heed to this counsel, and out of their 5 or 6 children, gave him the most attention. Kunjuswamy was very fond of his father and accompanied him wherever he went. He would often go with him to bathe in a small pool. By the time he was 3 years old and was able to understand things, he observed Brahmins and sannyasins standing waist deep in water and doing japa of mantras. Father, may we also chant a mantra like them? Why don't you teach me one? He asked eagerly. His father shook his head. No, we are outcasts. Mantras are meant for Brahmins, the highest caste, and sannyasins. We cannot repeat them. The little boy was utterly dejected and secretly shed tears. That night, Lord Shiva appeared to him in a dream and said, my child, I am initiating you into a mantra. Chant Om Namah Shivaya. The boy started chanting this as soon as he woke up. After a few days, when he was again taken to the pool, he saw people taking sacred ash from a small cloth bag and smearing it on themselves. He told his father excitedly, Father, I would also like to have a sacred ash bag like that. No, my child, we are all outcasts. We are not supposed to wear sacred ash or carry those sacred ash bags, his father replied. Once more, Kunjuswamy was really upset on hearing this. Lord Shiva appeared to him in a dream again and showed him a tree and said, "My child, go to that tree and underneath you will find some coins. Take them and buy a bag of sacred ash." The next day, he rushed to the spot and found 3/4 annas, the Indian currency then. He showed them to his father and told him what happened. Then, "It is Shiva's commandment," his father said. "Go to the shop and buy that bag." Kunjuswamy obeyed happily. After a year, 5-year-old Kunjuswamy felt he must have a rosary. Hindus, particularly sannyasis, use rosary made of rudraksha beads, seeds of a tree found only in Nepal, and consider it very sacred. He was afraid to tell his father for fear of being told he could not have it because they were outcasts. He fervently prayed to Shiva, "Please give one to me." One day, while returning with a friend after a bath in the pool, his friend suddenly remembered that he had some work and had to go back. Kunjuswamy continued walking alone and suddenly noticed a strange sight, a lotus in full bloom on the street. He bent to pick it up, and in the lotus flower there was a rudraksha bead necklace held together with a golden thread. He ran back home excitedly and showed it to his father. His father, now fully convinced that this child was special, happily put it around Kunjuswamy's neck with his own hands. By the age of 10, this boy was totally absorbed in his devotion to Shiva. His father took him to the next village to listen to the stories of Shiva, called Thiruvilayadal Puranam. Thiruvilayadal means holy play in Tamil, and these stories related everything the Lord did, including how he played with devotees and blessed them. Kunju listened to them intently, soaking in every word. On returning home, his father would ask him to tell his mother what he had heard, and the boy could repeat the stories verbatim. His family was flabbergasted at his extraordinary memory. His father gathered the villagers the next day, and the boy stunned them with his recital. Soon, the other villagers would take him along to attend spiritual discourses, and he began to perform the role of a human tape recorder. Even more astounding was that he could recall speeches not only in his mother tongue, Malayalam, but in any language including Tamil and Sanskrit. His father became increasingly concerned with the miraculous occurrences that surrounded Kunju's life. Feeling that he must be properly trained, he took him to one of Kunjuswamy who had come to their village. Kunjuswamy ridiculed these siddhis and told Kunju, "Do not indulge in these. They are not going to help you. This is not the purpose for which the Lord came to you in your dream and gave you all this." The boy fell at his feet and begged, "Please guide me." Kunjuswamy, a master of several arts like magic, astrology, medicine, and Vedanta, acceded. He told the child, "Choose any one art and I will teach it to you." "Swami, you choose for me," the child humbly replied. The teacher said, "I won't choose for you. You must be involved." They finally wrote the subjects down on sheets of paper and drew lots. The child drew Vedanta, and that became his subject of study. To me, this is firm proof that the Lord guides you. Only you must have faith. The Swami started teaching him Kaivalya Navanidam, which means the churned butter of emancipation. Bhagavan was very fond of this book. Knowledge is like yogurt. When we churn it enough, we get butter. Therefore, When anything we read, including the scriptures, is understood and faithfully put into practice, it gives us the real butter or the truth through direct experience. Kunjuswamy studied meticulously, and because of his phenomenal memory, could learn 20 verses on the very first day. Within 5 days, he had memorized the entire book. But his father said, "This is not enough. You must know its meanings." Kunju went back to Swami and was taught its meaning. When Swami had to leave, he entrusted Kunju to another Swami who was well versed in Yoga Vasishta. His new teacher taught him this and advised, "It is not enough if you memorize and understand it. You have to practice it too." He began putting these teachings into practice, yet he did not feel fulfilled. After a few years, Swami returned from his pilgrimage, found Kunju in a depressed state. "Why are you like this?" he questioned Kunju. "Swami, what I practice is not giving me satisfaction. I have read in the scriptures and in our Puranas that in the ancient Vedic period there are many Maharishis who with just one look gave an experience of the self. Are there not any such Maharishis now?" Kunju inquired. Swami said, "Yes, there is one such sage now. His name is Ramana Maharishi." The moment Kunju heard the name Ramana Maharishi, he went into a state of ecstasy. After a few minutes, he collected himself and asked, "Swami, have you seen this Ramana Maharishi?" "Yes, I went to Arunachala and saw him." The teacher replied, "I would like to go there," Kunju stated. Swami was a highly advanced teacher and had hundreds of devotees. He had a premonition that after 2 years he would go into Jiva Samadhi, entombment while still alive, and that Kunju should close his tomb. So he told Kunju, "Please wait until then. I have chosen you to do this because you have got the blessings of Lord Shiva. Until then, I will be teaching you." During that period, Ramakrishnan, one of his friends from the next village, came to see him. Kunju told his friend, "At least you go to Ramana Maharishi and see him first. I will give you directions to get there." Finally, the day for Swami to enter into Jiva Samadhi arrived. Hundreds thronged the site in anticipation of the miracle that awaited them. The pit was dug, and the teacher told Kunju to place the slab over the tomb. "How will I know when to put it?" Kunju asked. "After I enter into Samadhi, you will see my head will suddenly start to shake. That will be your clue to put the slab on the tomb." Swami instructed. "When will I see that?" Kunju asked. "It will happen half an hour after I enter into Samadhi," his teacher replied. Half an hour passed, then 1 hour, 1.5 hours, 2 hours, and still nothing happened. Suddenly, Swami arose from the pit and ran out with Kunju in tow. After running for almost a mile, Swami stopped under a tree. Kunju fell at his feet. "Swami, what happened?" "I don't know. I'm not trying to cheat anyone. I had this premonition, and the time was fixed. It was not by me, it was ordained. Something had gone wrong, which means I will do more sadhana. I will go on a pilgrimage and I will not come back. Go to Ramana Maharishi. I bless you, my child." Then the teacher parted from his disciple. That's all, folks. Let's continue with the next chapter. Thank you. Bye bye. Rama Rama Pupodu.